to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a good Thursday. It's Thursday, y'all. I would have swore it was Friday, and I did think it was Friday until my wife corrected me. Now, days don't mean a lot to me because I don't have a job, but Friday, little butt's coming up. My granddaughter's coming up, and I'm very, very excited about that. So I think I was just getting ahead of myself, but still, it's like they put a whole nother day back on me, and I always hate when that shit happens. I hope your day's going better than that. Granted, that's not much to have to worry about. It's a pretty easy life if that's your only problem. Is damn it, I thought it was a different day. But minor annoyances tend to annoy me more than major things. Just the way that I am. Twisted Skipper says, day after my birthday. Morning, Monkey. Good morning. I hope your birthday went well. Did I sing to you or do I need to? I can't remember. My God, I miss my memory, y'all. Memories. I don't have them anymore. Oh man, I don't even have milky water colored ones. Man, sorry, I had to take my medicine. Least professional monkey on the internet. No, Ebony, I'm not that old. I don't have any memory because of the damn medicines I take. They've killed my short-term memory. Same here, Monkey. My kiddos are home later today. I had my only break for this year. It was the weirdest 10 days of my life. I'm not sure how that's same here, but I'm with you. I just didn't know what to do and was nervous wreck. Let's see, guys. I almost named this stream Boogie because I was going to talk about Boogie, and we will. But then I saw the article. Well, it's actually a news clip from Australia that Satsu posted over on the Twitter machine. Oh, dear fuck. In Australia, at the University of Sydney, they've decided to lower the scores needed for women to get into engineering. I want you to take just a moment and think of all of the things that engineers design that you encounter on a daily basis and realize that they've lowered that so that they can get more, lowered the standards so they can get more women involved. Hi, beautiful. Come give me a kiss. Nope. I love you. You're sexy.
Hi, guys. Bye, guys.
Drive safe, sweetie.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you.
What?
Is that your StreamYard thingy?
Yeah.
It just looks different.
Oh. Well, it's just probably because it's just me right now. Drive safe. I love you. Nice butt. Anyhow, she's gone. I want to cross the bridge that the women design. Even one you probably only want to do that if you're looking for a lawsuit. I want to point that out again, guys. I want to explain what's going on. In Sydney, Australia, they have lowered the standards just for women to get into engineering because they think that's the problem. They think that's what's keeping women out is that they see, oh my God, I have to have test scores of such and such, and I can't do that. Yeah. And the one bitch that they have up there, and yes, I'm calling her a bitch because she's arguing for this shit. And are you fucking crazy? Okay, there is nothing around you right now that wasn't designed by an engineer. Everything. Thank you, Terry Diamandis, who says, I guess women are too dumb to be engineers. Shrug. Not anymore, Terry. Not anymore. Good God. Well, wait till we get to their examples. Oh, fuck. Oh, my God. I was like, are you out of your fucking mind? Anyway, getting ahead of myself. The crazy bitch who is supporting this, they have the news anchor, and she's interviewing two people, a man and a woman. And the woman says, It's no big deal, man. Almost, what does she say? Half of all bachelors, they lower, what do they call them? The art. I don't know what they're called over there in the Australias. It would be similar to our SATs or our ACTs here. I think it was, did it say RTs? Something like that. I can't remember. Anyway, she goes, half of all bachelor programs do that, which we don't find out till later. That's for disabilities and illness. So apparently being a woman now is either a disability or an illness. So the guy gets on there and he goes, look, it's a noble goal, but I don't think this is necessarily the way to go about it. And he says, I think the reason most women don't get into engineering is because they're just not fucking interested in engineering. Like, damn, he's kind of smart. But then they go back to the women. Okay? They go back to the women. And they actually say this. The woman who's hosting it says, think of all of the things around you that engineers do, like buildings and stuff. And the other chick's like, yeah. I forgot one of the important parts there. She goes, the buildings and stuff. And you look around and go, this could use a woman's touch. And the other one goes, yeah, it's like when there's the lines at the bathroom and you go in the bathroom and there's no place to put your makeup bag. That's what she said. There's no place to put your makeup bag in the bathroom. That is an engineering problem that is desperate to get more women into engineering to fix. And then the two have a great conversation about how when you go to a public place, there will be a men's room and a ladies' room. And the men's room, men are just in and out, in and out. Meanwhile, there's a line at the ladies' room. And you see, the problem there isn't that men go in, do what they need to do, and get the fuck out, while women go in, do what they need to do, and then go do their fucking makeup, where she needs her makeup bag in a public fucking restroom. No, that ain't the problem. It's just bad engineering, you guys. It is bad engineering. We need to get women who are too dumb to have done it last year to get in there to design bathrooms so that there's not lines. Ladies, I'm going to help you out here. Because what she said is, please design it so there's more stalls in the ladies' room. Let me help you out. More stalls in the ladies' room will help for like the first 3 people in line. But then, since all you fuckers are taking too goddamn long in the bathroom, the line's still going to be there. That's how it works. So the new civilian space shuttle will have a place to put a makeup bag. Indeed, Necro. Because that's what's important, man. When we're talking about designing bridges, we need to make sure that they have the right number of bathroom stalls so there's never a line for the ladies who are just too fucking dumb to get in and get out if that's your issue. Seriously, what the fuck are y'all doing there? Sit down, pee, wipe, pull up your pants, go wash your fucking hands and get the fuck out. You won't have lines. It's what we do. You guys do have that one more step where you have to pull your pants down and maybe put something over the toilet, which I understand. Okay, that doesn't take another 10 goddamn minutes. In Pincalo, yes, you win the prize for today. Most of what these idiots are talking about are not engineering. They're interior design. The one chick even says at one point, that's not where you put the kitchen. But they are going to lower the standards to get into engineering because we need a place to put a makeup bag when women go potty. That's the world we live in, yeah. That's the world we live in. They didn't even make any real academic arguments on this. There was no thing like studies show that women are really, really interested in engineering, but the expectations to get in, what's the word I'm looking for? The qualifications to get in are barring them from doing so. No, it wasn't that. Wasn't that. It's just that the women look at it, and remember, these are just two women guessing. The qualifications are just a little too burdensome. The one lady actually says, it's like this. If you see it, you can be it. And girls just can't see it. Because of that? Well, here's the thing. If you ain't smart enough to do it, maybe you shouldn't be doing it. I'm just throwing that out there. Kathy says, I have friends who got into this course prior to the dumbing down of the entrance exams. They are crushed. I'm shocked. I'm not shocked. I'm shocked it took this long. And yeah, we are talking about the University of Sydney, the choice to lower the bar for engineering. This makes no fucking sense at all. None. Because even if you're talking computer engineering, which doesn't, well, maybe it does at some point, but it doesn't hold the life or death capacity that, bridge engineering holds. Especially in today's world, you still need somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing because we're so interconnected. You can't have somebody who's 10% off. Like, well, damn, old Becky there. Don't be mad at her. Don't be mad at her. She tried as hard as she could. She got it. She made a system that works 90% right. Oh, fuck off. 10% lowering of the, or 10-point lowering of the standard because we need women. You know what? The guy said it perfect. You know why women aren't engineers? They don't fucking want to be. It's the same reason why we talk about how there's never whining about women not making, or not as many women garbage women. You know why women aren't out there bitching that there's not parity in the garbage field? Because they don't want to do it. But you know why women want this one? Do you guys want? Take a guess. I'll give you a second to guess. Why do women want to be engineers? Is it so they can make the world a better? Is it so they can put that a spot for your makeup bag? Do you think it's that? Do you think it's so that they can see their name on the side of a bridge designed by Becky McDumbass? Greg, oh my goodness. It's almost like you read my mind, and same with Brian and Yorkshire. Look at that. Money. Engineers make a shit ton of money. Yeah. Well, get out there and get the requirements. We have to stop lowering standards for women. They're not retarded. They're not handicapped. They're women. RJ says feminists are greedy. Well, feminists are. But there's nothing wrong with wanting money. But we don't lower the bars so you can get it, especially in a field like fucking engineering. We're not talking interior design like these two fucktards on the news thought. We are talking about everything from structural integrity to your internet integrity, your information being safe. All of this shit falls under engineering. Hey. Becky's scores weren't that good. And again, I want to point out the lady arguing for this. She's like, they do this all the time for school kids. And it was to her credit, the host who pointed out, well, it's usually for disability and illness. They're literally looking at women as though they're disabled or sick. And that's okay. And they're not offended by this. Women aren't offended by this. They're not like, look, they think we're retarded little kids. No, they're like, yay, feminism. It's finally working. If you're equal, we wouldn't have to lower the bar. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with having a fucking bar, especially when we're talking about safety. Jesus fuck. Now, does this mean women who go through this program won't be just as qualified as men? Well, technically, yes. Does it mean they won't be able to do the job? No. They might be able to. They might be able to. But if I'm putting my money on the guy who got in legit or the chick who got in on the women are retard scholarship, I'm going to go with the dude. I'm going to go with the dude. And it's not sexist. It's I don't trust the one who got in on the women are retard scholarship. That to me says maybe let them build a Lego bridge. Because I feel like they're not going to carry a number somewhere. That's why they couldn't get in on their own. This just seems such a stupid fucking thing to do it with, man. Such a dumbass thing. But hey, they will be able to say, look, we got more women in the STEM field. They can't cut it and they all failed out. But hey, we got women in STEM. Don't worry. When these women start failing out, what they'll do is just lower the standards on tests and stuff. Because that's how you get equality. Lower standards for equality. Yay. I wish I could say I was surprised by this. I really do. If this was, 2 decades ago, I'd probably have a much more impassioned rant. But today it's just like, this is what I expect. I'm just going to stay out of planes and cars and stay on ground level and the house that I've been in for a long time. So I know it's already sturdily built. I don't want to take, and granted, guys, for the record, this is only there in Sydney right now. It hasn't spread anywhere else that I know about. But yeah, this is not the kind of place where you cut corners. Engineering is not the place you cut corners so that you can feel better about having women in STEM. It's just not. And I am curious how many women are going to go into engineering over there because the bar is low. I wonder how many stayed out of engineering because of that bar. And how many of them are going to go into the engineering educational field? Well, field, is that the right one? Area of study and flunk the fuck out because they can't cut it. They just can't cut it. That's the how about a surgical tool designed by a woman there? Hey, don't worry. At least it'll probably have a spot for your lipstick. Can't believe that bitch actually said that. When they design the bathrooms, they don't have a place for your makeup purse. Yeah. That's what we look for in an engineer. Anyhow. So that was my second choice of story, but it was actually the one that was like, are you kidding me? Jesus fuck. How does this happen in a modern world? How do you think women are that fucking dumb? How do you think being a woman is actually a disability? It's really not. It's not. But anyway, can't they put their purses on the counter near the sink? Well, Ramen, what she was arguing about is that there's not space there for it. I don't know what happens in the bathrooms down there in Australia, but apparently there's not spaces for that. We need Deplorably, this was over in Australia. So far as I know, no American university has gone, yeah, let's have dumber kids in the engineering program. Because that's a smart thing. Yeah. Let's get those dumber kids in here to design buildings for us. That sounds like a good idea. Let's have them design intricate computer code that's going to keep everybody linked and everybody's information safe. Let's get those ones in here. When stories like this come out, you have to wonder about mental faculties. You know, Pincalo, this is one of those times where I say, I blame women, but it's men's fault. I blame women, but it is men's fault because some dumbass woman came up with this idea. She's like, if only we lowered the standard, then more women could get in. And some man should have went, no, that's fucking retarded. No. And instead, they're going to be patting each other on the back so they can all feel woke. It's a group effort. It's women's fault, but men did it. Men, you got to stop being afraid of women. You got to stop being afraid of telling women that sometimes they say stupid shit. The same as you would tell your friend if he said stupid shit. Stop being sexist when it comes to telling people no. Because sometimes both genders say really stupid shit. Anyhow, dropout level will probably increase in that degree. Probably, Greg. That's a problem they have anytime they lower standards. When you lower standards to help people get in, they get in and realize they can't do the work, and that is not good for them. That is not good for them. It's really not. There's a self-esteem booster right there. Hey, look, Mom, I flunked out of college. Oh, God. Ranting Monkey did say he liked it at Walmart, so maybe I will. Anyhow, yeah, it's not good for anyone involved, including the public at large, who's going to have to deal with the shit these idiots come up with. Now, I have two more things that I wanted to talk about. There's several more things I want to talk about. There's two main ones that I had already planned to talk about. I'm going to give you guys a choice. Do you want to talk about one, Phil DeFranco, or two, Boogie 2988? It's going to be one of those. You get a one or a two. Give me some numbers. I'm going to run off at the mouth here for just a minute while I let you guys vote. I do have some stories. We're gonna take a look at what was trending because I saw this morning. I was just like, oh, well then. Phil was in the lead, and then Boogie comes back, and then Phil takes over again. Wow, it's a close race, actually. I think Phil pulled. Oh no, there's. Okay, you guys do this to me every time I have a poll like this. You do it to me on the game show or the game stream all the time. I end up with, it's a tie. Somebody's probably going to do the math and tell me I'm wrong, but I think Phil won. All right, so we're going to go with Phil real quick. That's okay, because his is short anyway. I watched the Phil DeFranco show from yesterday, and he talked about Dave Chappelle. And he said a couple of things that annoyed the shit out of me. Just a couple. And I want to say I agree with Phil's premise. I just disagree with some of the stupid shit he said in there. And I don't think he's being honest. And here's why. He says when it comes to Dave Chappelle, that one, he gives him a pass because he's a fan. But he also said 99 times out of 100, he's always going to go with the comedian. Which I can't say for sure. I'd have to go back. I feel like that's not always the case with him. I don't remember him standing up for Louis C.K. when Louis C.K. came back with the jokes about the Parkland kids. You know, and the sad part about that is that Louis C.K.'s joke about that, other than them pulling fat kids in front of him, wasn't a joke. It's just factual. There's no reason to listen to the kids who just happen to be there. That doesn't make them experts on any fucking thing. But I don't feel that Phil was being honest when he said that. When he said 99, because in my experience, 99% of the time, Phil's going to go with whatever's politically correct. He's going to go with whatever's politically correct, and that'll be it. I do believe him when he said he makes an exception for Dave Chappelle, because especially with his generation, because he is a bit younger than me. He's a older millennial, I think is what he technically qualifies as. Dave Chappelle was their shit, even back before Chappelle was actually funny, because he used to get high and everybody thought that was cool. And if you go back to some of Dave's earlier stuff, like what was that fucking stupid ass movie he was in? It was just about being high. It was a dumbass movie, but everybody, that's so funny. It's really not. It's not funny. Go watch it again and pay attention and don't just laugh because it's Dave. It's not funny. But I do believe him that he gives Dave a pass. But he goes on to say shit. Okay, he quotes, I think it's either the Vox or the BuzzFeed article, and I forget which, but this is the quote he puts on the screen. Comedians are supposed to say things we can't or won't. Comedians are supposed to say things we can't or won't. And Phil says, I agree with that. I don't. I do not agree with that at all. I believe it happens. I believe society sometimes expects that, but I don't believe that to be the case. Comedians say things that people accept more. But yeah, Bubba Hotep, exactly. I can say any goddamn thing. I'll say any damn thing I well please. Society gives comedians more of a pass at that. Like, oh, they just making jokes. But if somebody makes that same joke off the stage, then suddenly, ooh, no, you can't say that. Ooh, no, you can't say that. Well, why not? Especially here in the States, man. I'll say any fucking thing I want to. Oh, I liked Half Baked. No, Half Baked. That's the movie. Thank you, Tyrant. That movie was garbage. Sorry. Just my opinion. If you loved it, please go on loving it. I just thought it was trash. I tried watching it. I've tried watching it several times because everybody, it's so funny. And they're like, where? Oh, they giggle a lot. Yeah. Oh, look, they're smoking dope. That shit wasn't funny when Cheech and Chong did it. And they did it funnier. Anyway, comedians are supposed to say things we can't or won't. I think it's easier to be a comedian when you're doing stuff that's edgy. Your edgy humor is a good way to get up there. I mean, that was the secret of Andrew Dice Clay. And Clay actually had funny stuff otherwise in his show, but it was his edgy stuff that really got him noticed. It's not that my dad, the first time he heard Andrew Dice Clay's set when he would do the nursery rhymes, he's like, we used to do those in school when I was a kid. Like, you mean Andrew Dice Clay didn't come up with these all on his own? Huh. I'm shocked. I'm being told my taste is trash because I don't think Dave Chappelle. Who's that white dude with the crazy hair who just pretends he has an overbite and talks stupid? Anyway, I don't think that we should reserve our allotment of what is funny just for comedians. And that's the part that I had a problem with Phil here, because as he's talking, he almost makes it seem like he's saying that, only comedians should be allowed to say this kind of stuff. Only comedian. And Dave did a great set. By the way, I saw it. Dave did a great set. He did. But for the record, one of the parts that I laughed my hardest at was Dave saying things I've been saying for decades. You guys have heard me say this. When he gets on abortion and he says he's pro-choice, he goes, but if you can have an abortion, I shouldn't have to pay for the kid for the rest of his life. Like, huh? Oh, yeah, the women's don't like that kind of talk, do they? But that's considered edgy, man, because he said it up there when he was telling jokes. Uh-oh. There's not much about what Dave said that you guys probably haven't heard before. Not necessarily just here, but if you watch any of this kind of content, if you watch any of the anti-PC content out there on YouTube. Yeah. Dave told him in great joke form because he's a fucking comedian. But none of the ideas he pushed forward are new. And you've probably seen people get in trouble for the shit he said. But comedians are supposed to say things we can't or won't. I'm an American. I can say anything I fucking like. The problem is that you fucking assholes seem to think that only somebody who does stand-up comedy is an actual comedian. Kiss my ass. I say funny shit all the time. And I get paid for it. Eat me. I am a professional comedian. I'm a professional comedian and a journalist, y'all. The only difference is that the only difference is I don't get the pass that they give to others. Because one, I say fuck too much, and I'm on YouTube. No, I didn't see the extra 22 minutes. I actually didn't get to see the end of the show. I should correct myself. I got to see about 3/4 of the show. I stopped watching right after, I think it was right after the abortion bit, actually, when I had to go do something else. It might have been Lords of the Night Tuesday night that I had to do. But yeah, something else. One of the few things that is actually on my calendar came up, and Mr. Hugh, that's not nice. Go sit in the corner. Mr. Hugh says that's a news entertainer. Go sit in the corner right now. They said the Hannah Gatsby stand-up special was comedy. Says it all. Well, right, yeah. That was, and again, look, you know what? I'll say this. I don't think that was comedy. I don't think she said anything funny. I don't think she was trying to be funny. And if you listen to her, she wasn't trying to be funny. And by that is not comedy. Comedy is subjective, but when the comedian is telling you they're not trying to be funny, that's not comedy. The end. Am I a journalist or an investigator? I'm not an investigator. I'm a cripple and don't have a vast network of resources out there to get information to me. I'm not like people like Nick Monroe on who I don't think he's on Twitter anymore, but when he was on Twitter, man, if any kind of story broke, or even if somebody got information, everybody would run and try to tell him so that he would get their story out, you know. I don't have that kind of thing. People send me stories that the crazy stories they've seen. Nobody's ever sent me news I can break. I need some breaking news, y'all. I need some breaking news. Anyone right of Mao knows it, but has to sit in silence. Monkey, you're the exception. That's why we like you. Oh, thank you. I've never been able to sit in silence. Damn it, Drunken Uncle did delete it. It was a drunken heathen challenge. What was his drunken heathen challenge about? Oh, you know what, Anthony, you're right. What about the ass crack team? That's investigating. You know what? You're right. I should give them the credit they deserve. That is the Ranting Monkey arm of investigative reporting. Thank you so much, Johnny Hellcat, who says, hell, even the New York Times called Nanette a TED Talk. It was garbage. It wasn't comedy. But that's why they named it post-comedy. Post-comedy, you know, for when you're tired of laughing. Fucking assholes. I know I've said this so much, guys. I'm so sorry to repeat myself, but the death of comedy in this country and in this world is killing me, man. It's killing me. That's why it is. I will give well, no, I'm not going to give Phil credit for this, but at least Phil did come out and say, you know, he supports Dave. But he's only doing it because Dave's popular and he's got some nostalgia there. I think if Dave was a brand new comedian who nobody had ever heard of before, and this was his first Netflix special, and Phil watched it, he'd be like, "Oh, that's too much. That's too much." He made fun of the gays. He made fun of the trans. Look, I understand comedy, and we're supposed to let comedians say stuff, but man, he goes a little too far. He only gave him a pass because it's Dave Chappelle. And for the record, I'm a huge Dave Chappelle fan. I have his bit from all of the bits I've ever seen him do. When he does his impression of Clinton talking about Monica Lewinsky, says, "I did not have sexual relations with that woman," and then he stops and smells his fingers Miss Lewinsky. Oh my God. I about died laughing. I about fucking died laughing. Dave is a really, really funny guy and has been for a long time, but I prefer him sober. I think he's much better that way. And the Chappelle Show, I mean, the Chappelle Show took sketch comedy in a way that it had never been before. I was a huge fan of SNL back in the day. Major fan of Mad TV when it first came out, because Mad TV made SNL look like tame garbage. And Mrs. Kwan and the blonde chick, I forgot the one that she did, but they had so, and Lowered Expectations, just such a great show. And then Chappelle's shows come along, and it's like, wow, those both suck, because he just did not give a fuck, and that's how comedy has to be. Tyrai, thank you so much over on the Streamlabs. Monkey, you and Jack make me laugh all the time for your delivery and your honesty in what you say. I don't have to agree all the time, but I appreciate hearing different ideas. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I've always been the kind of person who likes to be funny. I can't help it. You get addicted to it if anybody, you're so funny, then you want to make that person laugh again. Which is why I've spent the last 26 years trying to get my wife to laugh again. I think she did it once, and she spends the rest of the time trying to keep my ego in check. She will actually say to people without fallacy, don't encourage him. I have to live with that ego. Anyway, Monkey, you have different opinions than me, and I will now hate you. On guard. The Kids in the Hall from Canada was great. I don't think I get Canadian humor, because what was the other show? SCTV. There's very little of SCTV that I've ever watched and thought was awesome, but I know everybody else does, and I know the people who were in the sketches and stuff. Especially if you go back to SCTV, John Candy, Rick Moran, these are funny fucking guys. I just don't think I get Canadian humor. Yes, I squish your head. I don't get it. I know that's supposed to be funny, but I don't get it. Anyhow. And again, I know these are funny men because I've seen them in other things, and especially I like watching comedians when they're being interviewed. I think that's when you find them actually being the funniest, because they have to be on their toes. The only exception I ever saw to that was Robin Williams, who basically anytime he was being interviewed just did his set again. Which, by the way, I thought Robin was funny, but when it comes to being interviewed, finding them funny in that situation, because it's funny to see, where they come from, especially if they bomb when they tell a joke like that. That's awesome. I don't really like Monty Python, says Eagle. I like some of their stuff. I think I'm going to get in trouble here. The Holy Grail is completely overrated. It is good. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but for my money, give me Airplane any day. Give me Blazing Saddles. At least the first 40 minutes of Blazing Saddles. But anyhow, so that's Phil over there, pretending he's hip. It's hip to be Phil. But Life of Brian was great. Life of Brian was just, it was a really great concept, which I think really made it work. Overrated, boo this man. Look, guys, we're talking about a lot of opinions here, and some of your opinions suck, and I have the microphone, so just kidding. Now I hate when I make that joke, because I'm afraid somebody's gonna be out there like, he's such an arrogant dick. I am, but not when I say that. That's just me fucking around. Oh yeah, I forgot Eugene Levy was on SCTV. Yeah. Dave Thomas, the dude from Wendy's. The dude from Wendy's was on SCTV. I didn't know that. That's cool, man. Anyhow, what the hell was I saying? Oh, we were going to move on to Boogie. We're going to move on to Boogie because we got Unum. That is the glory of having the mic. Anyhow, Boogie. Whew, Boogie. Oh my God. Oh my God. My absolute God. You know, it's hard for me to get a Boogie story these days and be like, oh wow, Boogie, what the fuck did you do? Real quick, thank you, official Jerboa. Postmodernism, post-comedy. These people just want to disassemble society to make it more controllable. John Oliver is their Jesus. Laugh my ass off. You know, the sad thing is Oliver can be funny too, but yeah, he's a fascist little piece of shit. So guys, well, thank you, official Jerbo. I'm not sure if I said thank you for that. Again, guys, Ranting Monkeys brought to you by you. If you'd like to support the channel, there's Streamlabs and there's the fuck. I always forget what that one's called. The one that YouTube lets you do. So I appreciate anything you can do to support the channel. Oh, by the way, liking and sharing, excellent way to support the channel. It gets people here to come listen to me say shit that they will forget as soon as I'm done saying it. And thank you, Jenna, over on the Streamlabs. Mom really had a minor stroke last Tuesday and didn't go to the doctor until Friday, where she was sent to the ER and kept for a few days. And my sister's getting married Saturday. Wow. Well, I hope your mom's well. I hope she's recovering well, and good luck to your sister. And thank you so much for that. Eagle says SNL was funny. Okay, you guys are talking about that still. Let's talk about Boogie. Boogie. Okay, so Boogie's playing World of Warcraft. I'm assuming he's getting into the what are they calling it? Classic. If you played on in the old days, we always called it vanilla, but it's classic. It's classic now. Oh, the other half of the Strange Brew McKenzie brothers. Okay, I know who he is then. Okay, the blonde guy. Anyhow, you guys keep distracting me. I'm not going to read anymore. No, I'm going to still read. But so Boogie's playing World of Warcraft Classic, and he's running around. He starts this little rant about people who talk shit on the internet, and how instead of taking it to other people, they need to bring it to him. He'll be the next Dark Side Phil, for fuck's sake. Just bring it to him. He'll be here every day to take your abuse. And it's like, all right, that's okay. Just bring it. I will be here. You're not going to drive me off. What was the other one? Not just Dark Side Phil. He gave another one. I forget. But yeah, you bring that shit to me. I don't care if you make fun of me. Thank you, Terry Diamanes, who says Boogie is to blame for everything. Just ask the Jacksons. You leave me alone. Anyhow, and then he says something that just makes you go, what? Boogie goes on to say that if you're the kind of person who does that, you are worse than a Nazi and worse than a rapist. I'm going to let that sink in for just a second. If you're a troll online who talks shit to people, you are worse than a Nazi and worse than a rapist. Now, I know what you might be thinking. You might be going, the fuck is he talking about? Because that is the normal reaction to that statement. But it gets better. Oh, dear Lord, does it get better? Boogie goes on to say, you are worse than a Nazi and a rapist because, and I quote, at least they believe in something. Now, I hope I don't have to point out the oh dear God of that. But he actually said this. He actually said that if you're basically just a troll, he doesn't, I don't think he actually uses just if you're just a troll, if you're the kind of person who comes after him every day, you are worse than a Nazi and a rapist because at least they believe in something. Now, if you're a Nazi, okay, all right, maybe I'll give you that. Maybe you can say at least they believe in something. Boogie, what in the absolute fuck does a rapist believe in? A rapist that is not a political party. That's not a political movement. The fuck do you mean? At least, oh my God. Boogie, dude, seriously, I need you to do me a favor and just shut the absolute fuck up. Ignore the trolls, man. Ignore them. Just fucking ignore them. And several people in chat have said they believe in rape, but they don't. They don't, and I can prove it because when they're caught raping, not one of them admits to it. Not one of them goes, yes, because I think rape should be the way we do things. They don't believe in rape. They're just criminal shitbags who happen to do it. Trolls are worth, and then everybody freaks out on him, right? And he says, he goes on to Twitter and makes a little video, which he's since deleted, where he says he was actually talking about the kind of trolls who killed that one YouTuber at her meet and greet thing. I forget her name. Sorry, guys. And he says that's who he was actually talking about. That's who he's actually talking about. Thank you, official Jerboa. Boogie 1488's chat gets gassed and assaulted, I guess. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Hang on. Thank you so much for the donation. He makes a second video where it's like, no, I was talking about the one who killed this girl. Except that's not even close to what you were talking about, Boogie. That's not even close. You were talking, you never even brought her up. You didn't say anything about feeling danger, but in his Twitter video where he's trying to make this make it better, he actually said, people like you make me afraid every day of our lives. Thank you, Pincalo, who says maybe he meant the therapist because he needs one. Well, he talks about therapy and stuff too. But he says, these people, and thank you so much for the donation. He says, these people, you trolls, you make me scared for my life every day because of what happened to that girl. Except for if you go back and see what he actually said, he was acting the big and bad part. You guys remember what I said there? Keep coming at me. Yeah, Christine Grimey. Thank you. Christina Grimey. That's the girl that he was talking about in his follow-up video where he tried to make it better. But he's sitting there big, come at me. I'll be here every day. Come on, bring it. I'm not going away. I don't care if you turn me into Dark Side Phil. Like, which part of that, Boogie, is please back off. You make me afraid to go outside of the house. This is what I don't like about Boogie, and it's getting worse. It's getting worse. I think he's a liar. I think he's a fucking liar. And it's not just that he's a nice guy who's trying to appease everyone. I think he's a fucking liar. And this is every time I back off of that feeling, this is what comes up. So here's what happened. Keemstar puts out a video on Twitter, a 2-minute video saying, Boogie, what in the fuck? What in the fuck are you actually doing? He goes, you're saying that you'd rather talk to Nazis who killed 7 million people than the guy who killed Christina Grimey, who killed 1. That doesn't make any fucking sense. And he goes on to say, look, so many of us have tried to help you. We've tried to give you help and encourage you. And he goes, and every time you do this. Thank you, Snub Earth, who says the types Boogie listen to bully people to suicide over drawing dark skin white. Boogie is sheltered as fuck. I think I don't know. I really don't. I don't know what it is. I'm not sure I want to try to assign motives, but I do think he's a liar. I think he's a liar. He nowhere in his little screed while he was playing WoW did he say anything about feeling threatened. And then he goes on to his follow-up, and he's like, no, I was talking about the ones who make us feel threatened. And then somebody linked him a clip of what he actually said, and he comes out, oh my God, seeing this again, I didn't realize I said that. Now look, there's times I've accidentally said something wrong. I spent a whole night confusing far and nuts, thanking one and saying the other wanted me to make a coffee cup. I was just replacing their names. But the things I had said, I remembered everything I said. I just had the wrong fucking names. It's not like I was like, no, I never said any of that shit. And yeah, there's even times where I've said whole sentences where something came out wrong. A sentence where something came out wrong. I didn't go on for 2 minutes about something and then turn around like, man, I didn't realize I said that. Boogie, you said some stupid shit is what you did. You said some shit that you shouldn't have. You were whining again. You were doing what you always do, putting yourself as the ultimate victim. Excuse me 1 second, guys. I'm so sorry, guys. So sorry. But Keem actually points this out. He says this. He goes, I think you have a victim addiction. He goes, you get past something and then there's not a fight going on, so you start one on purpose. It's basic. I'm paraphrasing what Keem said there, but I don't think that's it. I really don't. I think he sees himself as the ultimate victim to the point where he actually said, Nazis are better people than the people who make fun of him. He actually said that. Rapists are better than the people who make fun of him. And not only did he say that, he gave justification. So it's not like he said that and maybe he meant other things. He went on and gave justification. He talked about that for a good 30 seconds at least, about how they're fighting for something. They're standing up for something. You know, those rapists out there standing up for something. I don't think Boogie means to get himself in trouble. I think Boogie is addicted to people coming to his defense. I think Boogie is addicted to people telling him what a victim he is, because he's got that. He's had that for so long now. I mean, this is one of the things that actually helped launch his channel. Thank you, Jenna. 11 million were killed. This guy sounds 5 cans short of a 6-pack. Have more money. 1, thank you so much for the donation. And 2, you're not wrong, Jenna. You're not wrong. He actually, he's more of a victim than the Jews, you guys. More of a victim than the Jews. Are you kidding? Boogie's an attention whore. Yeah, but it's a certain kind of attention. It is a certain kind of attention that he wants. It's not just, hey, Boogie, great video today. It's, hey, Boogie, I'm so sorry the world is so mean to you. Hi, Polly.
Hello.
I like your avatar.
Yeah.
I don't know if you heard what we're talking about.
I did not. I at least not for the past 5 minutes.
Well, I've probably been on this for the 5 minutes, but just a brief recap to bring you up to speed. Boogie 2988 basically said that the people who troll him online are worse than Nazis and rapists because at least Nazis and rapists stand for something.
What do rapists stand for?
That was my first question, Polly.
It's a good question. I mean, it's possible they stand for something. I don't know if they stand for something as a group, though.
I've never heard of the rapist vote. You know what I mean? We got to get that out there and get that rapist vote.
We got to court that demographic. What is it the rapists want this year?
Oh my God! Now, as I was saying, somebody said Boogie is an attention whore. You know what? I'm an attention whore. There's nothing wrong with being an attention whore. However, there are different kinds of attention, and that I do very much believe that Boogie is addicted to being told how horrible his life is. He is addicted to being told how strong he is for surviving it. He's addicted to people clapping him on the back for what he's been through. Most of us who do this are attention whores. We want you looking at us and listening to what we say as much as possible. And I'm not going to sit here and be a hypocrite and go, no, I'm not an attention whore. Fuck, guys, look at me. Look at me. But see, even in telling you what an attention whore I am, I'm telling you to look at me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go watch a Boogie 2988 video just so I can say I've seen one. I've never seen one.
Wait, I want you to watch the part I'm talking about if you're gonna watch anything.
All
Because this is fucking amazing. Let me see if I can pull it back up. And guys, I should have thrown it into chat for you too. But when Boogie sees this, because somebody linked it to him, he's like, oh my God, I didn't realize I said that. Watch this and tell me if you could have said this and been like, oh man, I didn't realize I said that. There it is, guys. It is 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. So go check that out if you're man. Dear freaking God. I think Boogie has freakishly low self-esteem and needs to be told that no, you're okay. It may be a self-esteem problem. I think it's more, and especially if this happens with a lot of people online, because unfortunately a lot of people online start to get traction when they talk about whatever's wrong with them. We actually saw this with Joy Sparkle. Joy Sparkle, her first several videos were about how sickly she is.
Really?
Oh yeah. She made videos about Onision and how sickly she is. And if you make a video about how sickly you are, everybody's going to come out and they're like, I'm so sorry. I hope this gets better for you. And so I probably like when it's like, how you feeling, monkey? Like, it's not worth talking about. Just leave it because I don't want to talk about it. I don't want that to be what people watch me for. Watch me because I make you laugh about silly shit like Boogie saying rape is worse than people making fun of him. Or sorry, it's better than people making fun of him. See, I caught that immediately. It didn't take somebody to send me a video of me saying it. No, I think Boogie is a special kind of attention seeking. I had an aunt like this growing up. You probably know people like this who go to the doctor all the time because they just can't find anything wrong, and it's probably lupus. And I don't mean to make.
Is that a George Costanza reference?
No, it's actually a House reference because that's
okay.
I saw it before that too. I can't remember where it was, but yeah, it's always lupus. If they can't find it, it's always lupus. And I don't mean to knock people who have that, but I know so many people like this. And I didn't realize there were that many people like this until I worked at Walmart. You'd be surprised how many people at Walmart have lupus, man. They go to the doctor constantly, like, I just hurt. Like, where? All over. Okay, when did it start? It's been like this for weeks. Like, okay.
Oh, Christ.
Did you just catch it?
No,
fuck.
I was trying to find a higher res version of that picture and I fucking typed in otter and I had the safe search turned off.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
You just saw some nasty shit.
I did. I really did. Okay. Anyway.
If you guys don't know what an otter is in the sense that he's talking about, don't look it up.
I didn't know about that either. I think it was your chat that filled me in on that. It was
probably because my chat is very knowledgeable. Ranting Monkey, was it something the hypochondriac on Scrub said he had? Probably. I don't remember. That was the guy. He was on what show was he on? He was on Mad About You as the sister's husband. He was weird. I mean, I'll be honest, Ranting Monkey, I do identify a lot with you because you also have physical shit going on. But I admire you and follow you because you're funny and don't wallow. Well, I appreciate that. See, if you want to hey, I think it's great that you don't wallow in your misery. Cool, because you know what? I want to be. This is why I've told that story about laying there, crying my fucking eyes out in nothing but pain, and my brain going, "Get up, you pussy," because I'd remembered that my daughter's friend, her mom, was literally dying. She had stage 4 cancer. They gave her less than a month to live, and she made it about a month. But as I'm lying there, I'm like, "Get the fuck up, you whiny bitch." Yeah, it hurts, but you know what? You ain't dying. And that is my message to you. If you're out there and you're feeling all low and bad, get the fuck up. Can you always do it? Nah. But you should. As often as you can. Don't let life beat you. What the fuck? Life is gonna happen. Don't let it fucking beat you. Isn't safe search turned on by default? Well, yeah, but mine's not turned on. I guarantee you that. You can't have safe search turned on and look up. Who'd I look up yesterday? I looked up nudes just yesterday. Oh, Zoe Quinn. Yeah, you can't look up their nudes. You're not going to find anything. Jen says there's always someone worse off. Of course there is. Of course there is. And that's what I remind myself of constantly. My aunt has lupus, but she constantly reminds you every conversation, carries it like a pronoun. Most of them do. Most of them do. Evil one. What? He says he calls it fibro or feeble myalgia. I suppose you're talking about fibromyalgia, but lupus or fibromyalgia. Yeah, the two that it's always. Anyhow. Yeah, I was just wondering where that came from. But no, Boogie is he's addicted to that kind of attention, and he got a whole lot of it when his wife left him. He got a whole lot of it when he first came onto the internet because of how hard his life was, how hard it was. If you go back to his videos, that's when he started getting the attention. He'd had some videos out there, but it wasn't until he started talking about how hard his life was that people were like, "Oh my God, look at the poor fat guy."
There of course there's different types of attention out there. God damn, man, the last kind of attention I'd want is the kind that Boogie's getting right now. You know, it's just so.
That depends on what you mean. Real quick, thank you, Asher Vandale. I don't get why people are surprised that a mentally ill person says messed up stuff. Thanks for the morning shows. If you're talking about Boogie, I think it's because of the way he's saying it. Because Boogie is not messed up in the sense that he's crazy. You know, he's just randomly saying shit. I think he honestly believes that he's more victimized than the Jews were, which is you need some therapy for that kind of shit, dude. You
that's just going to bring in.
Go ahead.
It's just going to bring in more kind of attention that you've been getting, Boogie. The kind you don't want, man. Like you're turning yourself into a laughing stock. Come on.
But it is the kind he wants. And if you read his Twitter from after this, or even during all of this, you see it. Let's see. Because by the way, he had somebody come over and take his internet devices from him so that he would stop. But then he was on Twitter again saying, I had to convince them to give it back to me so you guys didn't think I killed myself. He actually said that. Where is it? No, not there. Has he deleted the ones that I was looking for? Pretty stupid of me to say these people are worse than Nazis, though. They are equally as bad. Boogie. This is a learning experience for me. As time goes on, I get better in some areas and worse in others. I know I shouldn't put this kind of thing on the internet, but I always have, and I guess I will till you guys no longer listen. Beginning to realize I can't be on the internet on days like today. Likely to say crazy and harmful shit, and I'm beginning to think I have today. Certainly didn't mean to. Sorry if it hurts. Love you and speak with you tomorrow. See, it's not his fault, Polly.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. And you know what? That's what he's hoping for. To be, hey, it's okay. It's all right. Hey, Boogie, you made a mistake, man. You just made a little mistake. No big deal. You just seem to think rapists have an ideology. That's the part that really I was like, oh my God. At least they stand for something. Rapists. Anyhow. But go ahead.
I'm just listening to him.
Oh. You listen to the clip
The
now?
lowest of the low, the worst of the worst.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah. Do you think he does it subconsciously or purposefully? Depends on how you mean. I think he said like what he said, I think he meant to say it. And I think he meant it when he said it. I think he really thinks that he is that abused because people were making fun of him.
Yeah, okay, I listened to it. Or I think there are rapists and Nazis that are more redeemable than you.
Yeah, more redeemable. Because you notice in there nowhere did he talk about somebody getting killed by them. Because he tries to turn this around later in his tweets and say he's talking about Christina. What was her name again, guys? The girl who got killed at a meet and greet. He tried to turn it around and say he was talking about her and about how these kind of people make him afraid to go outside. Did you hear anything in there about him being afraid to go outside?
No.
Yeah.
No. He was asking everybody to come at him. Like Necrosol said just now, make me a martyr. I want to be a martyr. I'm going to be online forever. I'm not going off because I don't want you doing it to anyone else. Come do it to me. And it's like, dude, you're okay.
Thank you, Jenna, who says, I've walked through hell, fought my ass off to make it through the day, but don't you dare insult me by giving me pity or feeling bad for me. I'm a strong fighter and pissed as monkey is. And in this, look, I know people do this. Like I said, I've known people like this my whole life. I don't like them. They annoy me, but usually I could just ignore them. But my problem with Boogie in this isn't that he said this stupid shit. It's that he's a liar. That's what bothers me here. Yeah. Thank you, Duck Dog. Nose to the grindstone time. AMF. What is AMF?
I was just thinking about that. I don't know. Got me on that one.
Shit, I'm sorry. I don't know what AMF is, but thank you so much for the donation, Duck Dog, and have a good day. I forgot what my thought was. Oh, he's a liar about this. He, instead of just coming out and go, look, man, I was hyperbolic. I said something really fucking stupid. I shouldn't have said it. He's like, I don't know what y'all are upset by. Like, I don't think so.
Okay, so I remember when Boogie, like a while back when I was first kind of hearing of him, he was who he was. You know what I mean? He was this kind of online commentator. This was before what the hell is it called? VidCon, even with the whole Anita Sarkeesian thing. Right? Remember that?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
That's when he was just Boogie. When did this downslide start? What happened when he lost weight? Like when? Because he used to not be this guy, as I remember. People would just kind of talk about him. He was Boogie, and that was the end of it. And now all of a sudden, he's become this laughing stock. When did this all begin? What the fuck?
Around the time of his divorce.
Okay.
Around that time, he started getting a little more political too. So you had him suddenly. Well, he's always done the thing where he, uses the internet as his support structure. And there's not necessarily anything wrong with that, but he started getting much more open, I guess is the word I'm looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Desperate almost. And then it's also around the time he started dipping his toes into kind of political speech and making a complete ass of himself every time he does it. So these things all kind of came together around the same time. His wife left him. He had the mental problems from that, which I don't think he's really dealt with. I really do think Boogie could use some time just away from the internet. I'm not saying he has to. I'm just saying he probably should, motherfucker. And then, the biggest problem was him starting to dip his toes into politics. As far as the fan reaction has gone,
mm-hmm.
Because he it would be one thing if he could defend himself, defend his beliefs and stuff, but he can't. He says something and then somebody questions it and he immediately backtracks and he tries to please everyone, and that's where that shit started. Where what he should do is just shut the fuck up about it, man. Shut the fuck up. And since then he started getting haters, and especially this one, Polly, with the Tesla. Oh my God. Yeah. Oh my God. Did he get a lot of hate for that?
Don't talk about things you own. It's,
well, not just that, the way he did it.
Absolutely the way he did it. But I mean, you can start further back. Why are you talking about like things you're buying or money you have or anything like that? I just don't get it.
We're being told that AMF is adios, motherfuckers.
Fair enough.
Well,
that'll do it.
But anyway, yeah. So I didn't mean to talk about Boogie that long. I just loved that. The part of that really stood out to me is the same thing that you grabbed on right away, Polly. Is like, what exactly is the ideology of the rapist? I'm gonna need some context there, Boogie. Oh man.
Hey, I got a question for your audience. They're a
sure.
Smart bunch. Maybe they can tell me what video game this comes from.
Oh, real quick, thank you, Andrew Joyner, who says, I like Polly's avatar, cute as fuck.
Yes, otters are just fantastic. Can somebody tell me what video game this is from?
Let's see. I probably could.
Like obviously the IGN.com watermark there in the bottom corner, logo, what have you. But some kind of wartime strategy game.
Is that the new Total War that's coming up? Or one of the old ones?
Total War Empire, according to Art.
Oh, see, yeah, we all went to the same place, Total War.
Is it?
But which one? Because that's some really nice graphics. Is that the new one coming out, or is that the because
I grabbed this image a while ago, like over a year ago, and it's just sitting in a miscellaneous folder when I was looking for something else right now, and I thought, oh, Monkeys Chat, they'll know. They play all kinds of video games and shit. Like
everybody's saying Total War Empire.
Far because it looks American as fuck. Okay.
There's some British flags in there.
Well, yeah. So this is Total War. Wow, I didn't realize Total War was all laid out like this. It's pretty cool looking.
Oh, Total War, man! If you go back, they've always been that way. Just better graphics as they come along,
James Colley, you don't talk about things you own coming from the guy who says he owns a smoking jacket. It's one individual article of clothing, and my God, if I had known that everyone was going to get so bent out of shape about that. I mean, then again, me talking about owning jogging suits somehow makes me a chav or whatever the fuck. And like, okay.
Makes me think of the Russian mafia. Yeah, there's lots of people who are not sure. Yeah, like I said, my first thought was Total War. I just didn't know which one. I know that isn't there a new Total War coming out? Didn't they announce one 2 years ago, or not 2 months ago, something like that? I know you don't know. I was talking to my audience because
okay,
they're more knowledgeable on that than you are, Polly.
You
like how I said on that? I didn't say you're dumb, Polly.
No, on this they're definitely extremely more knowledgeable than I am. There's no question.
Yeah, man, I like playing some of those games, but those ones are intense. The amount of things you can do with flanking and your different, that's a nerd game, man. Danger says Napoleon Total War. That doesn't seem the Napoleonic era, or is that the new one coming out?
Oh, I mean, I mean, they have the colonial flags and the British flags and so forth, and their war banners and stuff. It absolutely looks like the American War for Independence, but.
Uneven One's talking to RJ says, so true. There's going to be a day when he completely loses his YouTube enablers and he won't be able to handle it. That won't happen. Even the I don't want to say the worst, but the most derided YouTube people still have some enablers. Some. It's a matter of how much though. Okay, so I'm done with Boogie, and there was other things I wanted to talk about that were over here on the trending tab. I just opened the trend. It changed my trending tab. Dude, I left it open on it just for you sons of bitches. I knew I should have just pulled up the stories. Damn it. Sasha Obama's getting ready to go to the University of Michigan. Yay.
Very nice. So Barack Obama won't have a reason to stay in the district any longer? Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was the claim, right? He's like, I wanted, I do it for my children for their school. Like, okay, sure.
Always for the children, man.
Yeah.
This one's just a neat story because, wow, the world's first trillion transistor chip is bigger than some mouse pads. They made a chip. A chip. It's got 1.2 trillion transistors on this thing. To give you a perspective on that, NVIDIA's latest Turing GPU packs 18.9 billion, and AMD's Zen 2 in 8-core form has 3.9 billion. So this is like bigger by exponentially bigger. And it's being built for sexbot AI, not sexbots, but what is it? Artificial intelligence, those robot things. For like an Android, but not the phone, the Android, like a C3PO kind of thing. I know what I'm trying to say. What?
Terminators?
Yes, it's being built for Terminators. Well, there was a story yesterday. One of the guys who's works for a company that makes sex bots. They're worried that sex bots, if there's an error in the coding, might choke a motherfucker to death. Like, why does your sex bot even have that ability? And his point being, that these things, they're not like humans. It's not like you could, if somebody's attacking you, maybe you could even break their arm. You're not going to be able to do that with a sex bot because, they're made out of metal and hard plastics and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Far. Absolutely, sweetheart. Hang on a second. Far's asking if she can come on.
No, cool. Actually, and I will be back in just a quick second.
Yeah. Give me just a second here, Far. I always have to make sure that, because sometimes I accidentally send the wrong thing instead of sending the link to this because I've clicked on something else or shared a link. And if I don't pay attention, you would have just got the link to Boogie's video. There you go, sweetie. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, so they're worried that sex bots might this is the part that bothers me, that they're worried that sex bots might choke you to death. Well, why does a sex bot have that much movement? Are they getting jacked off by these things out there? By the way, YouTube, remember, sometimes this is an educational channel, and right now we're talking about the educational benefits of sexual jacking off of robots. I don't understand why you need a sex bot that does that. And I'm reminded of the movie Cherry 2000, to where they're actually trying to make you an artificial girlfriend rather than just, a masturbation toy. And I'm just like, no, even one of you guys who were talking about autoerotic asphyxiation. God damn it. Asphyxiation. God, mother. You guys know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, it's not that. They're worried that this thing's just going to lose its fucking mind. It's going to lose its mind and going to just kill people. That is too much technology. You don't need an artificial girlfriend. Go get a real girlfriend. Come on, monkey, learn to English. No, Not going to do that. I can say the word. I just can't say it today. So it's just going to have to. I am glad you guys are getting a kick out of that. So what if they like choking play? Okay, you're not supposed to have your look. These things are basically a fleshlight. They're a giant, expensive fleshlight. Don't tell me you think they look pretty either, because they don't even look like anything. They look like a fucking mannequin. Hi, Far.
Hi.
How are you today?
Yeah, all right.
As soon as I said you could come on, Polly left. I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
I think he's afraid of you. Anyway, yeah, I don't know why these guys need an actual fake girlfriend.
Incels?
Sure, but they know it's not a girl.
They wouldn't care.
But I mean,
It would probably be better to them.
yeah, but then you are getting into the point where, if there's some coding in there, or especially, they're going to make these stupid things Bluetooth. All it takes is some jackass to, let's kill Johnny. Ding. And then the robot does it and nobody knows why. For $10,000, I'm sure you could buy a girlfriend. Yeah. And that's, and if you're talking Evil One, when that's the expensive ones now, when you're getting into a chip that has 1 trillion transistors in it, that's going to up the price quite a bit. What's it gonna? It's a robot. It can't. Robots are not like you see in science fiction. They'll never be like that because they can only be programmed.
That attitude.
I'm just calling it now.
Well, apparently they can be programmed to choke a bitch. So who knows?
Well, remember that's an error. They're not actually going to be programmed that way. It's
an error. Sure.
The oops, we choked you to death error. Monkey, have you played DBH? I don't think I played anything with those initials. I'm assuming that's Dragon Ball something. And I haven't played a Dragon Ball game in a long time. And if it's a fighting one, I probably will never play because I'm not a big fighting fan. You can't get Me Too'd by a robot? Sure. But you know what else you can't get Me Too'd by? A fleshlight. And it does the same thing for you, except for, okay, maybe it doesn't jump up and down. Put it on a drill. I don't know what to tell you. You don't... these things, they annoy me. Just go out there and get a fucking girlfriend.
No, somehow I think it's better this way. That way, all the nice guys and incels can have the robots, and I don't have to interact with them. In creepy ways.
Fair enough.
It's really just a public service at this point.
Well, I think it would be a much better public service to teach these people how to speak. It's not that hard. Somebody said Bricks on a String said robots are STD free. Sure, there is that. Okay, I'll give you that.
Yeah, for a while.
Until you don't wash it properly. And suddenly...
And realistically speaking, anyone that has a sex robot, how many of them are actually going to wash it properly?
Right, yeah, you're going to come out with Robo Dick and you'll be like, I don't know what's wrong. It itches.
I've been gone for like 3-4 minutes. We're still talking about sex robots.
Yeah.
Far brought it back up again, didn't she?
No, I did. It was me.
Okay. All right.
Because I'm having trouble understanding why your sex robot needs that much artificial intelligence. Isn't part of the idea of a sex robot is that you don't have to put up with a woman?
I feel like that idea is getting more and more lost.
Like now I ain't got to deal with that bitch. No offense, ladies. I'm not saying you guys are bitches.
Now you got to deal with that robot bitch.
Yeah. The robot bitch who was programmed by some fucking weirdo. Anyway.
And they were programmed to choke a bitch out.
Programmed to choke a bitch. Can I get that choke a bitch programming installed?
Why do you want that? Reasons. None of your business.
I want to talk about oh god, if you guys haven't seen this video, man, oh my god, I didn't cry. I did not cry, but I did mist up a little bit.
All right.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure I can show it if I can. There's sound to it, but it doesn't matter. This one. I got to turn that down because it's okay.
Oh God, I fucking hate the new Twitter.
Are you watching the screen far?
No, I clicked on the link.
Oh, you can check on you can check on the link too. This stuff.
I'll check on that link.
Watch this shit, man. If this doesn't get you, if this doesn't choke you up, you are dead inside. You are dead inside. And look at this. Those two guys strapped him to them so he could have his first dance with his wife.
Oh, that is really nice, actually.
There's very few things that I see online that I'm like, I'm not crying, but this is definitely one of them. And I didn't cry. I did not cry, but yeah, I was like, damn, motherfucker, you hit me right in the feels. That was a dick punch in the feels, that one. Useless Rebel says, I'm dead inside. Then yes, you are. If that doesn't choke you up, man, you're not doing something right in your life.
Modernity has killed me. Whew.
No, the one I was actually looking for, Serena Williams, you guys. She's advanced in the US Open finals. I'm so happy for her. And no, CNN put it up there as monkey damn all these onions that appeared out of nowhere. I know. Fuck, man. They put out this article with the tweet about how amazing Serena is. You know, her first time was way back when she was 17, and she's beat this kid, and she's, oh, isn't it great? Serena Williams shouldn't even be allowed to play in the fucking US Open. That cunt got caught cheating last year. Got caught cheating. And instead of just admitting that she was cheating, she came out and made it all about sexism. Oh, yeah, they would never call a guy for the cheating that the thing that I did. And she absolutely ruined what's her name? I forget her first name. Osaka is her last name. Ruined this poor girl's win at the Open. This kid came out there and beat Serena Williams at the Open, and instead of any of the news stories, Naomi, thank you, Dangerous Spaces, Naomi Osaka, instead of it, stop it. No. Instead of it being about her, it was all about how poor Serena got cheated by a sexist system. By the way, she was playing a woman. She was playing against a woman who beat her fair and square, even though Serena was cheating. But no, we got to go out there and pretend that she's a fucking hero to girls still. Fuck that bitch. Besides, that's a dude. I don't care what anyone says.
Well, you need to look on the bright side of these sort of things, Monkey. She could have been playing a white woman.
Could have been, yeah.
Then it would have been sexist and racist. So
Naomi Osaka, the first person of her race to win the female women's open. The female women's open, the women's open. Sorry, yeah. They said it was racist and sexist. They sided with the look. They did originally. It was supposed to be racist and sexist, but they backed off that racist part pretty quick when people went, "Isn't that an Asian?" So yeah, they ran with the sexist. No man with this, and so people went out and they found all the times men have been just, you know, not just got in trouble for the shit she did, actually fined for it. Actually fined. But yeah, she fucking destroyed this. I mean, the biggest moment of this girl's life. She just did something fucking amazing. But no, Serena had to go out there and instead of just giving that girl the props she deserved, man. She played a great match. She kicked the shit out of Serena. Kicked the shit out of her. Now, all of the news was about poor Serena and how how sexist the judge was. Yeah.
Just,
Fuck her. I hope she trips on a Lego on her way to the match. What else we have going on? I think I covered all the ones that I'd meant to cover because I told you guys I had a few coming in. I think I talked about them all. We talked about Phil. We talked about Boogie. Oh yeah, and we talked about
Phil who?
Oh, DeFranco. He annoyed me today or yesterday.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like Dark Side Phil. What did he do?
No. This was DeFranco talking about Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, I saw the video of my recommends because I can't seem to get away from Phil. I mean, I'm not sub to him, but nonetheless, doesn't stop him from getting up my recommends all the time, motherfucker.
I don't necessarily disagree with what he said, Polly. I just think he's a liar about it. For instance, he said this. He said 99 out of 100 times I'm going to side with the comedian.
But
well, no, that's what he said. When you're talking about being edgy, he's going to side with the comedian. I'm like, no, you're not. You didn't do that with Louis C.K. when he came back and he made the jokes about those poor Parkland kids. He even says in there that he gives a pass to Chappelle because he's a fan, which I believe. I believe that 100%. I don't believe he'll give a pass to comedians because they're comedians. I believe he'll do it when he thinks it's popular to do so.
Oh, you know what so I was looking around about people talking about Chappelle on Twitter.
Yeah.
Michael Rappaport, you know who that is?
That name is familiar.
If you saw, he's a very particular looking guy. If you saw him, it's like, comedian. He's been in some shows, movies and stuff. In any case, he was one of the guys that got up on the Covington Catholic kids. He's, you stupid Catholic, you cucks, you blah, 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 blah. Like, he's one, he pulled a Phil. I'm just going to do a quick cell phone video of myself ranting about these idiots because I saw somebody say something on Twitter and I want to signal how virtuous I am. This same guy comes down in a big way on it. Oh, you social justice, pearl clutchers. You're all so like, man, you're just saying things. Like the trend is towards this thing, so you say it. The trend is towards this thing, so you say it. I mean, yeah, there's a dog pile on Vox right now, and I guess it's a good thing, but it doesn't make that guy any less of a follower. I mean,
P-Dog just said he gave a pass to Chappelle because he's afraid of black people. I don't think it's that. I think, and we've talked about Phil before a few times. I think he was fine coming out in favor of Chappelle because he knew that would be the cool thing to do. That's because Chappelle's cool, man.
Yeah, especially
with his generation. Chappelle can do no wrong. And by the way, I love Dave Chappelle. I think he's funny as fuck, and I've watched about 3/4 of that special so far. Loved it. I fucking love almost all of it. I don't agree with everything, but yeah, fucking funny as hell. But I don't think Phil does it because of that. I think he does it because he knew this would be. He can come off a little edgy himself without actually having to put himself out there. Now, see, if you laugh at Louis C.K. saying that the Parkland kids, there's no real reason to listen to them just because they were near somebody who got shot. Oh, that's nobody's going to come out in favor of that. Ugh. But Dave, Dave telling the audience they're the assholes responsible for cancel culture. That's funny. Look how edgy he is. And again, like I said, I love Dave and I thought it was a great special. But yeah, I don't believe for a second that Phil actually gives a fuck about the sanctity of comedy. Kiss my ass.
I care about what fucking Philip DeFranco thinks about something. Like, I don't even want to call it his hot take. It's his stupid half cent. I can't even call it his 2 cents. It's his half cent opinions on shit. I mean, I care about him like I care about hearing what Jimmy Kimmel thinks about something. I don't fucking care, Phil.
I get what you're saying, but I have to fill time here.
Well, by all means, let's fill time by talking about Phil and how it.
Well,
DeFranco Elite. We're going to fund a news agency, and I'm going to hire my own investigative reporters. No, that's not what I meant. I'm actually just going to have the same old Philip DeFranco project, and it's a conversation and a discussion where I talk about the news, and then I talk about this thing, and what. Fuck you, Phil, because it's gone so fucking far from that. Now it's more about his hot takes and fucking anything.
I will grant you that, but one of the reasons Phil is one that I like to talk about is because I see a lot of people like him. He just has a much higher, bigger voice. A lot of people who are like, okay, I will defend Dave Chappelle and what he said, but again, not Louis C.K. because that one's not cool.
I hear you.
For instance, I can't remember if it was Vox or BuzzFeed, but in the story he did, he quoted them saying comedians are supposed to say things we can't or won't. Do you think they either BuzzFeed or Vox, whichever one of those fucktards it is, do you believe either of them actually believe that? No, they just said it because that's what you're supposed to say when it comes to comedians. That's what you're supposed to say. You're not supposed to say, oh no, we need to censor them. Because that would get you in trouble. That would get people going, oh no, we don't censor.
And we're talking about DeFranco here. If the trend online was, a few, whoever the hated person of the fucking second is, probably some alt-right white nationalists were arguing one way, and everyone else was saying, holy shit, Dave Chappelle went way too far. Oh, his edgy comedy, and everyone was pushing back on him. Yeah, Phil would be talking about that.
Yep. Of course he would. That's what I said. I don't believe for a second that it was because he appreciates comedy. Sorry, guys. Nectar of the gods. It's because it's the cool thing to do. And he's the coolest 39-year-old. How old is that motherfucker? 32, 35? He is the...
Are you fucking kidding me with his face? He's still in his 30s?
Yeah, he's in his 30s. No, he's in his 30s. He's he's
start living healthy, Phil, for Christ's sake.
He's got those lights on him all the time, man.
Lights probably don't help.
I do have two other.
Just dim
go
them.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No, just dim those lights. It'll make everything look better. Phil.
Those lights and a 4K camera, man. That's a bitch. Go back down to 720, man. You'll look young as fuck. You'll be blurry, but you'll look young as fuck.
No.
I got to say this one thing because we're talking about 4K, right?
Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of a channel, Young Ripper 59. Big love his stuff. Okay, and he's kind of not a tech nerd, but he's really interested in the tech, from what I can gather. And he's talking about this 4K camera that's on its way, and it's coming. I can't wait. You're gonna be able to see like the pores in my face. And he's cracking all these jokes about it. So the 4K camera comes. He's been running it for like 2-3 weeks. I legit don't see a difference, man. And I'm not running it on like my phone or something where I can't see difference. I run it at 1080p 60 frames, and I put it up against his older videos, and it's like, I don't know what to tell you, man. There really isn't that big of a difference. I don't.
Yeah, that's why you don't go and get the 4K camera. Because there's really not much of a difference.
He was just so excited about it. I'm like, yeah, looks great. Yeah, I feel bad because you probably paid a lot of money for that. You were really excited by it. So.
4K will make a difference with lighting, and depending on how zoomed in and stuff you are. You'll end up seeing a lot more, not just creases, but all imperfections in the face. But if he's a smart guy and he's been on camera for a while, he's probably wearing makeup anyway. And you should just wear very, very little bits of it.
Well, you make a good point. Zooming is probably where the difference would be night and fucking day.
Yes.
That's a good point. Yeah. It's not going to get all digital and blurry just by zooming in. Yeah. Fair enough.
Apparently Phil is about 33.
Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, no, Brian Stelter is alleged. Stelter's only 33?
Shut up.
No fucking way.
Wow, male pattern baldness is not that guy's friend. We're talking about CNN Brian Stelter.
He looks older than I am.
Yeah. And like Jake Thompson said, Google says that Phil's 33 years old. That's Jesus wild. Christ, yeah. Like, Phil, dude, man, time to stop with the cocaine fueled sex parties or whatever the fuck it is you're doing that's aging you like that, bro.
You know what? I'm suddenly okay with being forever 14. This is fine.
Well, I saw a TV show the other day, and I don't remember what it was. Real quick, even though he's not going to come, I'm sending Sinatra a link. I saw a show the other day, and there's a guy on it, and he's by the way, this is fiction, but he gets into a truck or something, and he's like, "Oh man, give me a break here. I'm 44." This dude to me looks like he's in his late 60s. I'm like, damn, I'm holding up pretty good at 44 if that's what people think it looks like. And then Phil's 33. Yeah, I look really fucking good for 44. Damn. No, Far is not 14.
She just sounds like it. It's different.
I look like it. I sound like it. I might as well be.
So Sinatra's in chat and he says, because you don't have a 4K monitor. Well, okay, that begs the question though. Why?
Most people don't.
That's what I'm saying. So why get the camera?
Early adopter. I don't know. I wouldn't do it. I mean, at this day and age,
it just seems like a waste of money at this point.
It depends. If you have the means to, like, if you just are rolling in dough, yeah, by all means get one. If you're doing something like the Poisoning the Well guys, they just got a new camera, and if you watch their stuff, they do a lot of production stuff with videos. Makes sense. If you're just some dude talking into a camera, stick with 1080. It's fine.
I'm just always very wary with adopting new technology stuff because of a thing that happened when I was a kid. My mum ended up actually getting one of the first digital cameras that had SD cards in it.
Oh yeah. And
I remember her getting this as well. She's like, "This is my new toy. Look at it. Look at it." And looking back, it's like this shitty little thing. It was absolutely shit.
Well, at my age,
it had sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, but it was one of the first to actually have an SD card in it. And everywhere she went to try and find more SD cards for it, nowhere had it.
Yeah.
Nowhere had SD cards at this time. This was like mid-early 2000s. Nowadays, like if you want one, you can just go down to fucking Woolworths and be like, "Yeah, look, there's one."
Right? Yeah.
Yeah, but back then you just couldn't. You were stuck like the tiny little memory ones that had almost nothing on them.
I just say, like, let's say you're a tech nerd and you just like the newest stuff, and like you said, Monkey, you got the money. Well, there's the answer for me right there. But it's I don't know. I know people that'll buy like a $3,000 rifle because they're accuracy fanatics. If they can shrink their groups by a quarter MOA, I'm willing to spend the extra $1,500. And it's like, well, you got the money, so more power to you, I guess, because that's why they're doing it. They're performance fanatics. Whether people are like that with cars in a big way, right? I'm going to dump this $5,000 into my car because it's going to increase it by 20 horsepower. I'll never notice. But if you're a performance fanatic, but I don't know.
But when it comes to like technology, I mean, all you got to do is look at things like beta or HD discs. Remember those? That was not too long ago. When we had HD versus DVD.
I just came across this I don't know why I clipped this. Sintra, you are really retarded and I dislike this video. And Sinatra fucking pinned it. That's probably why.
Sintra.
Oh, Sintra. He was on a list yesterday of you weren't quite all you're showing your screen, right?
Yeah, but it's just my meme folder, but there we go.
I had already taken it down, so
yeah.
He was on he's not quite alt light. What is that designation, Sinatra? I did
alt adjacent.
It might be.
Alt right?
He's
no, that just sounds even more gay.
He's like if there's a funnel to the alt right, he's the tip at the top there. If you watch that, you're just going to fall right in, and next thing you know, you'll be watching bearing videos, and then, bam, millennial woes. So be careful if you watch Sintra. Sintra's, you got to be careful with that motherfucker.
Sintra is the top of that slippery slope.
He
Yeah.
is. He is.
I was
slippery
watching
slope.
Tucker Tuesday. The next thing I was reading Mein Kampf. I don't know what happened. It was
Right.
weird.
It materializes like Star Trek. Speaking of Star Trek, except this is Star Wars, I saw something really stupid that annoyed me yesterday. And it's one of those times, Polly, I actually went, yeah, I'm not going to fuck with that one. Oh, Shelley says they called him intellectual dark web, which they say is just as safe as watching mainstream liberal media. So why is he demonetized? Oh, I don't know. Because he's bad. He's bad. He's
You just can't trust that Sintra.
Oh, that's what it was. Internet dark web. He's it's kind of like having a spy in here. That's kind of sexy. Do you make Shelley talk about that when you know what I'm talking about? But Sintra, watch yourself. They're watching you. Bearing is alt-light, guys. If you guys missed that yesterday, I believe it's that same list that Listen is that fucking morons. So, I don't know who this fucker is. He's just some nobody out there. But he is very upset, Polly, about the term Mary Sue. I'm sick. Well, a lot of people got upset over this. Sorry, not sorry. I stick by it. Mary Sue is used to degrade female characters and is rarely used for male characters. Context is everything. I'm sick of seeing Ray and Captain Marvel called Mary Sues, and I won't scroll past it anymore.
Whoa, shit. We've gone too far, man.
Oof.
They do realize that there is a male term for a Mary Sue.
Yeah.
Yeah, they actually get to talking about this in the comments and stuff. What is it? Gary
Stew.
Gary Stew. Yeah.
Why would somebody who's sick of the term name two really easy to argue Mary Sue characters as Mary Sues? Like you named Ray and Captain Marvel, like because
they just don't.
They are.
Deep down, they don't want to believe.
I mean, why not name other female characters and say, "Are these Mary Sues too?" That would at least be like a viable argument. But when you name two that absolutely are, and you're sick of it, you're sick of people pointing out reality to you?
Well, that's the thing with Ray. It is undeniable she's a Mary Sue. Yeah, undeniable. But somebody in the comments pointed out something, and I wish I had thought of this myself. But and I believe it's a viewer of the show, to be honest with you. And let me know if it was you who said it. But they pointed out it's not a slam against the character. It's a slam against the writing.
Amen. That's the whole point. We're making fun of you and the producers and the directors that you didn't put a stop to this. The people that, everyone, there's lots of people can do bad writing. It doesn't mean you have to put that writing in front of a camera,
Thank you, Snubbirth. Where'd that go? Mary Sue started in Star Trek fan fiction. She was loved by all, solved all issues, and died a martyr with so many crying.
Yeah, I did not know that until Quiz pointed it out to me. It's Ensign Mary Sue, whatever the fuck. That's where the name is literally pulled right out of a piece of Star Trek fan fiction.
For somebody who could do everything.
Yeah, that everybody loved, and any flaws that they might have are adorable foibles.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they know how to do everything instantly. Everyone around them loves them and wants to help them out constantly and is always affirming their feelings, and they sound like anyone like it.
Yeah,
half the characters in bad movies.
I'm sorry, Spar, go ahead.
No, I'm very familiar with Mary Sue's. That's all I'm saying.
I just don't understand what this guy's so upset about. Like you said, he picked two of the characters that are probably the most easy among, especially recent fiction to go, yeah, that's a Mary Sue.
Yeah, the easiest, most easily referenced that most people would understand. It's like somebody said, "What's a Mary Sue? Did you see Force Awakens?" It's like, yes. Okay, Rey, she's a Mary Sue. It's because what are her flaws? Look at the degree to which everybody's trying to help her out. Look how she has to fight for Finn because he can't defend himself, even though he's a soldier of the evil galactic empire. But he's a quivering, whimpering idiot. And the desert scavenger is the resourceful, brilliant one that can reprogram the Millennium Falcon in a split second and fly it and. I mean, teaches Luke, the Jedi Master, how he should be doing things and tells him off and beats him in a fucking lightsaber fight. Like, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ.
What can't she do?
Yeah.
Human being.
And her only flaw is that she cared too much.
Aww. Poor baby. No, she's she's the easiest example, but I won't scroll past it anymore. Somebody's going to touch your ding ding because of that.
And what does that mean exactly? Like, what do you think that person meant by that? That they're going to make a comment about it from now on?
Every time he sees it.
Got it.
He's going to stand up for the women's.
Brave and bold.
Brave and bold. By the way, looking at this guy.
Just what I wanted.
Look at this guy.
Yeah, dangerous space. Yeah, she took 2 tries to mind control the stormtrooper. Yeah, I mean, Luke was lost and had to try forever, but okay. I mean, people have said that. It's like if people have actually argued to me, if Rey is a Mary Sue, then certainly Luke Skywalker is. And it's like,
no,
what are you talking about? The guy is Yoda even calls him out in Empire Strikes Back on his central flaws. It's a big part of the movie.
Yeah.
Never your mind on where you were, what you were doing. Always you looked off to the future for adventure, for excitement. Well, that's just and look how many problems he caused himself. He faced Vader too early because I can do this. I know I'm strong enough, and he nearly got killed and got his hand chopped off in the process.
Well, we talked about this last time. If you're going, okay, let's go back to the first movie where he's the one that blows up the Death Star. That was already told to us that he could do it. It wasn't that he suddenly had this ability. It's that he'd already. I've done this. I used to do this back home, blasting. What was it, Womp Rats?
In his T-16, yeah.
In his T-16. We don't actually see it, but at least it's laid out. With her, all we see is her scavenging and driving around a thing that looks like a Zippo lighter on its side. And from that, she jumps into the Millennium Falcon and can fly the damn thing.
Yeah.
That's no. See the difference there? Luke had to be taught the Force and what it was. She, even though according to the movie, everybody in their time thinks it's all a myth, can do it on her second. I almost said her first try. On her second try, she can fucking mind control someone. Mary, she's a Mary Sue. You don't like it? Fuck you. I don't care. I didn't write her. The other one I want to talk about, Lawrence O'Donnell. We got to talk about this story. We talked about it on Lords of the Night last night a little bit. You know who Lawrence O'Donnell is?
I don't.
Lawrence O'Donnell, he's a MSNBC dude.
Okay.
And on the 27th, 2 days ago, he did a report on his show saying that, and by the way, he has a tweet for this too. So I'm going to go with the tweet. A source close to Deutsche Bank says Trump's tax returns show he pays very little income tax. And this is the big part. More importantly, that his loans have Russian co-signers. Here's the problem.
No, not the Russians.
He went live with this story.
Okay.
And nobody can verify it.
Okay.
So he comes out with this the next day, yesterday. Last night, I made an error in judgment by reporting an item about the president's finance that didn't go through our rigorous verification and standards process. I shouldn't have reported it, and I was wrong to discuss it on air. I will address this issue on my show tonight. Now, Polly, do you remember me just a moment ago telling you I was reading his fucking tweet that he's left up?
Yeah.
He seems real sorry about that, don't he? Just let that lie hang out there. By the way, his first tweet goes on to say, if true, that explains every kind word Trump has ever said about Russia and Putin.
I know why he rushed this. I have a feeling, I should say. Why?
Because he works for MSNBC?
Well, yes. I mean, that's the obvious main part to it, but like, why right now? Like, why would you rush your editorial process this badly? Because you also work for MSNBC. That what happened the last time MSNBC tried to go wide and broad with something about Trump's tax returns? Remember that?
Yeah, they were made a fool of.
Yeah, Trump's 05 tax returns that were dropped off in some mailbox, and they called it part of their intrepid reporting. You mean you went and got your mail? But so why would he rush now? Well, the whole thing about Trump re-invites or insists upon that they should invite the Russians to the G7 summit, right? And it's like, oh, well, this is proof he's nothing but a stooge, and it's like, you guys are still on this, huh?
Real quick, before I answer or talk about this, some Dutch dude over on Streamlabs, thank you so much, who says, hi, Monkey, hi, Polly, hi, Far. Polly, do you have an ETA on the Streamlabs? Monkey, can you say in your sexy voice, shh, just let it happen, Chica. Please. Thank you. And Far, what is your favorite food? So, Polly, do you have an ETA on Streamlabs?
Prior to my birthday. Which
there you go.
Just over a couple of weeks.
And Far, what's your favorite food?
He had to ask the worst question, didn't he?
That's the worst question?
I could guess.
No, okay. So when it comes to specific questions like, what's your favorite food? Yeah, my mind just goes blank.
What about it's like broccoli, but white. What's it called?
Cauliflower?
Cauliflower cheese.
Yeah, the cauliflower cheese. What about that?
That is one of them. Yes.
Okay.
It's Vegemite and Foster's.
What? Oh God, that's just no.
That's what they
the
eat over
Vegemite
there.
I'll take, but the Foster's no.
That's what you're saying there, Polly. I get what you're saying. I do, but there's no reason to rush that one. Because if that is the story,
says he was the guy who was screaming, "Stop the hammering!" Now I know who you mean. Thank you, Dangerous Faces. I know exactly who you mean. Have you seen the video clip of the guy "Stop the hammering"? Where's that hammering coming from?
No.
There's hammering going on another floor, and in between like the commercial breaks, like he's like, and we'll be back right after this. Would somebody stop that damn hammering? Like he just it's on the level of fuck it, we'll do it live. It's like that far gone. He just loses his mind. You should look it up and watch it. It's good for some laughs.
Yeah, the only thing I know about that would be Scrooged. Will somebody please stop the damn hammering?
Right,
Mr. Dax, thank you. Stop the presses. A woman doesn't know what she wants to eat. I know, right?
Oof.
Yeah, I just live up to all the stereotypes here.
Look, that's one that is absolutely true. Lady Monkey should be really hungry, and I'm not hungry at all. Like, well, let's go get something to eat. Okay, what do you want to eat? I'm not hungry. What do you want? I don't know. Oh, fuck. Just pick somewhere. Just pick something. You eat all the time. You have to, or you would starve to death. Come on. But there's no reason for them to jump the gun on this one, Polly. And
no good reason. No, their own personal interests and political fucking crusades that they're on. Good enough in their mind.
I don't understand why they would have done that.
Because it doesn't matter anymore. Remember when Dan Rather basically ruined a decades-long career by rushing to report on George W. Bush and his falsified military service records?
Yeah.
And he turned out to be wrong. And that was pretty much the end of his career.
Except he's back now.
Yep. On MSNBC.
Amazing, isn't it?
It is. Careers don't end that way anymore. Like for news people. I mean, Jesus Christ, Don Lemon should have been like fired repeatedly. But, he's still there. I mean,
true.
To report that a Malaysian air flight might have disappeared into a black fucking hole, Don.
Hey, Paul, you don't know that's not what happened. Just because a black hole on Earth would kill us all doesn't mean anything. I mean, it could have been a really tiny one.
Do you remember the way he introduced that segment?
Just off the coast of Western Australia.
What?
What's that?
Yeah, just a black hole off the coast of Western Australia. That's not terrifying.
Yeah, y'all wouldn't have noticed it. It's fine. I remember the way Don introduced that segment. He goes, could Malaysian Airlines have disappeared into a black hole? Sounds crazy, doesn't it?
Yes.
Does it? Well, let's turn to our panel of idiots and talk. Like, it's Fucking hell.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand. There was no need to rush on it. No need to rush. Yeah, it all came out, and you want to be the first one with the story, but you want to be the first one with the right story. Some Dutch dude again over on the Streamlabs. Thank you so much. Thanks, Monkey. Good to know, Polly. Far since a similar remark to mine has just been made. Another question. What is the food you dislike the most? There you go. She ain't going to be able to answer that either. She's a woman. She's laughing because I'm right.
Licorice, maybe?
Red or black?
Black.
Ah.
Fair
So
enough.
is that across the board? Anything aniseed flavored? Like sambuca?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Well, yeah, I think.
If you live in Florida, you might want to take cover. There's a hurricane supposedly headed your way.
Nice.
Hurricane Dorian is on its way. It may or may not grow into a big storm. It may or may not hit the coast of Florida. Weather models are still trying to predict it. By the way, those same weather models will tell you the world's going to end in 12 years. Badger's favorite.
What's your least favorite food?
Oh, spinach from a can.
That's not a bad call. Yeah, it's pretty gross.
A close second would be Brussels sprouts because those things are the devil's nuts.
I all right.
Those are two foods Mom used to make me eat when I was a kid, and I hated spinach growing up. I love fresh spinach.
Sure.
I didn't know that until I was an adult. Like, that's really good, but that shit from a can. Oh, who did that? Who thought, what we need to do is make spinach look and taste like boogers?
Well, it's pretty sure it was about preserving it, but okay.
You could preserve it without doing that to it.
How? Freeze it? You ever had frozen, like it comes in the little not octagonal, the little cans, the little frozen spinach deals.
No.
You worked at Walmart, you know what I'm talking about.
I didn't know they froze spinach, but
yeah. Yeah.
You freeze things in cans?
Polly does.
Okay, you know what would you call the shape of can that Spam comes in?
I would still call that a can.
Well, it's like rectangular and shit. Yeah, the two ends on it are metal, and the stuff around the middle is like paper. The material's like cardboard, and it's frozen spinach. Yeah,
that's fair enough. Not really. Spinach is one of those things that doesn't preserve well at all. But okay, then don't preserve it.
Well, I mean,
it's out of season.
Weebo, I didn't say that it preserved well. I'm just saying it was an attempt, and clearly a failed one, to preserve it well.
People still eat that shit.
Me. That's what her problem is.
People still eat that shit. I don't know why. Yeah, I didn't even
really want spinach.
But it doesn't taste like spinach. It's disgusting.
Maybe they just don't care. Maybe they can't taste anything.
They're bad people, and they should be ashamed of themselves.
Well, the correct answer is actually green peppers. That is the worst food of them all.
I don't hate green peppers.
No.
But I prefer red or yellow or orange because it's a lighter flavor.
You take that back about capsicum, Polly.
No. Green peppers they're so bad. They're so awful tasting. To me, it's just my opinion.
They're all equal.
No, they're not. There's a clear difference between sweet red peppers and horrifying green peppers. They're so bad that they have their own flavor. People say, "Oh, they taste like green peppers," like when they're talking about something else. It has its own particular unique sense of disgusting to it. You put somebody orders them on a pizza, the whole pizza tastes like you can't pick them off. Put them in a stir fry, you can't eat stir fry because the whole fucking thing tastes like it. They're absolutely overwhelming.
That's why I don't like olives on food. I love black olives, but I don't like them on anything because that's all you can fucking taste.
Really?
Yeah. So I'll eat them by themselves, but yeah, don't put them on my fucking food or we'll fight.
Oh, see, are you one of those people that, like me, that cilantro tastes like soap to you?
It's got a little soap taste to it, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it tastes like soap to me too.
yeah, it's pretty
Found that
bad.
out the hard way.
And what I came to find out that a lot of traditional Mexican cuisine has a fuck ton of cilantro on it.
Mm-hmm.
And my friends like, oh, we got to go to this restaurant. This isn't Taco Bell. This is real quality traditional Mexican fare. And I'm like, okay, everything. Holy fuck, they must be growing their own cilantro as much as they were putting on it. Ah, it was a soap feast.
It's cheap. The only time that I really taste it at a Mexican because there's a really, really good Mexican restaurant here. The only time I actually taste it is in their salsa. There's way too much cilantro. I don't know why you need cilantro in salsa. But otherwise, yeah, I don't.
Weird.
It's not a problem. But I can definitely taste it in there.
Yeah, if it's not a lot in there, it's fine. But once it's being absolutely heaped in there, that's just disgusting.
And if I'm being honest, I don't necessarily hate the soap taste. I don't like it, but I don't hate it either. So okay, I can deal with that.
Yeah.
Because when you go to this restaurant, they start you out with a giant bowl of chips and some salsa, and I always order as a proper Caucasian at a Mexican restaurant, order a bowl of cheese. And so I dip in there more than I dip in the other one. But
Tex-Mex is best Mex. That's cheese on everything.
That's the American way. That's why we are the fattest nation on earth, because we know how to use cheese properly.
Yeah, but if you eliminate Alabama, that's not true anymore.
I think it's still Australia. True. Nobody's going to take our fat title, damn it.
We are very close to that, actually.
You and Britain are both really close to that. The United Kingdom, you guys are all fat fucks, but
I'm amazed with the munchie boxes that it's not Scotland. Holy shit.
I want those.
Same here. I'm not even. It's the availability of them that kind of annoys me but also at the same time, it's probably a good thing because I'd be getting those on a regular basis.
Real quick, Brian says it's like garlic. A very little goes a long way with cilantro. Here's the thing with garlic. Most people who fuck up with garlic aren't using garlic. They use garlic salt. Don't do that. Salt separately and use garlic on its own. You can actually put quite a bit of garlic in something before it's overwhelming. But yeah, people use garlic salt and like, oh dear fuck, what did you do to this? The stars fell on Alabama, you damn Yankee, and y'all ate them. Because that's what y'all do down there, guys. We are just over the 2-hour mark, and I think we're gonna call it. I've had fun today. It's been a good show. I like when I wake up and I have lots to just laugh at, and between Boogie and Phil and that dumb shit going on down there in Sydney. By the way, what are you guys doing down there?
I don't know.
I don't know
What's
if you
going
caught
on in Sydney?
at the University of Sydney. They have lowered the standards for women to get into engineering.
It was nice when your bridges stayed up, wasn't it, Far?
Right?
Yeah.
But wait. Wait. I have to explain. One of the reasons the ladies talking about this think this is a good idea, and I'm not making this up, is so one, there can be more toilets in women's bathrooms, and in bathrooms there can be a place to put your makeup bag.
I'm sorry, what?
That's two of the things the women think would be a great thing. That's why we need women in engineering, because men don't think of those things.
I don't even think of those things. What the fuck?
So
who carries around an entire makeup bag with them? That's retarded.
So I don't understand. Like, they're actually lowering the standards, not period, but just for women?
For women to get into engineering, yes.
Holy fuck.
That has to be illegal somewhere, because there's no way they can actually do that and not have that same discriminatory or something.
Like, if you were operating an engineering firm or contracting engineers to do something, would you ever hire a female engineer that graduated post this policy?
From this one university, I'm assuming.
From one university, is it? Okay.
Well, right now it's the University of Sydney is where this was happening.
Of course it's fucking Sydney. Of course.
So the University of Sydney just like are
They just said don't hire women.
Credentials don't mean shit. We want the proper genitals walking across the stage to receive degrees, at least in their proper proportions.
They just told every engineering firm out there and every computer engineering firm, don't hire women from our program.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they ain't all that smart. But yeah, that was one of my. We opened on that today. Yeah, and I'm just at a loss. I don't understand why you would do that.
I don't understand why, and I don't exactly understand how, because that doesn't seem
hang
legal.
on. Cato says they still have to graduate, and right now you're right. But when these women fail because they're not smart enough to do the work, they'll lower the standards to graduate. I promise you, because that's what we do for equality. To make women equal to men
of outcome,
we lower the standards.
A quality of outcome.
Yes.
Yeah.
Shh. Just let it happen, Polly. We never say equality of outcome because then people are like, wait, what? No, that's not what's supposed to happen.
Well, you know what? But I have my new go-to example. That's great, actually. It's Sydney, you just demonstrated that you're willing to you're clearly not a meritocracy and you have a very low expectation of the mathematical ability of women. Number one, well, that's because they weren't taught at an earlier age. So you're not offering math courses for credit that wouldn't be normally for credit to be able to somehow make up for this difference. Instead, you just lower the standards for them. Holy shit.
For women.
Yeah.
Just for the women.
Yeah.
I don't even know if they offer credits in high school.
They these two women that were talking about it, the one who was brought on to talk about it in the pro side of this, because they brought a man on too who's like, I'm not sure it is the best idea.
Well, of course, he's a man.
But the woman talking about, she actually said that they think women aren't going into engineering because the requirement to get in is just, it's too overwhelming to women to think about.
Okay, fuck off. All right. So my sister, my little sister, she's starting to become a fucking doctor. All right. In order to get into that, you have to get like above 90s.
Yeah.
As your ATAR score. All right. She got like, I can't even remember, but it was like 97, 98, 99, around that. And that is freaking ridiculous for most people to even attain that. She is doing so much at university. Like much more than the average person really probably should be. And you're telling me that women can't do that? No, fuck off.
No, women can't do it. I heard it on TV.
If like an 18-year-old can get that high of a score and learn all this medical shit.
Yeah, they
why
lowered
can't you?
What is it you called it?
Shit.
ATs? What is it?
ATAR.
ATAR. That's your college admission, right?
For universities, yeah. TAFE doesn't really use that, if at all.
So yeah, they lowered the score that women need by 10 points to get into engineering. And yeah,
and like I said, that is my new go-to example. What's the difference between equality of outcome and equality of opportunity? And what do you mean? Well, the University of Sydney in Australia, for example, everyone can apply to the engineering school. There is zero limitation upon who can apply. Is it only men can apply? No, everybody can apply and everybody gets the same test. And now equality of outcome, on the other hand, is when you lower the standards for women to get in, so you have a more balanced amount of people getting in. There's the difference. And so you're really screwing over men. Like if they've only got like 100 spots open, 100 seats open for every year, right? That means that a bunch of women who scored lower on the test will be taking seats from men who scored higher on the test because they adjusted how many of basis you're going to get in on by the 10-point standard.
Yep.
Nice. So you took someone else's spot who did better than you.
Yep. The woman was named Dee Madigan. Ask Far if that means anything to her.
I don't know who the hell this woman even is.
There you go.
I'm looking at images now. I don't really.
But yeah, I mentioned we were going to wrap it up, and we really are. But that's I forgot nobody was here when I was talking about that because that just made me laugh my ass off. Like, Jesus Christ, we're talking about building shit. Oh my God. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for the donations. I cannot tell you how much I appreciate that and how much it helps. Far as anything you'd like to shill out today?
Well, I've got my store. I have a new sticker up.
Yay.
Yay.
All right, guys, go check that out. And Polly, anything you'd like to show?
Did you put the link in chat for? Oh, there it is.
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
Okay, it just took a while for it to come up for me for some reason. Yeah, I want to show my channel where every Wednesday, Jack Inquisitor and myself do comic book curation. We just did one last night. It was a fun stream. Went on a little longer than usual, but yeah, it was a hell of a lot of fun. We had a really active chat, and it was a great time. And then I've got another. Well, I just put up an edited video 2 days ago, and then I got another one coming out. It'll either be up Friday or Saturday. I can't. Probably Saturday. I'll give myself the buffer. So yeah, lots of fun stuff going on over there. By all means, check it out if you like it. Subscribe.
Cool beans. And yeah, I didn't get to see last night's show because when ours was over, I went to bed again.
Fair enough.
I seem to be in this weird pattern of going to sleep right after the show, waking up sometime around 4 and doing this, and then starting all over again at 11 in the morning, going to sleep. Please let there be a Monkey No Man's Sky stream. I'm not promising it this time because every time I do, I end up not doing it, and then I have to apologize. So maybe we'll throw a maybe out there. Tonight we'll be on Satsu 2 Cents channel for Lords of the Night, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's a Thursday, so there's no scheduled game stream after that. So if you want to catch the boys, you got to do it at 9 over on Satsu's channel. I would like to thank Far and Polly for joining me. Chat, thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. Everybody, have a wonderful Thursday, and we'll see you next time.
Have a good day, everyone.
Bye.
I am not lowering the standards for women to get